front of the River Missouri, the longest river in North America. Time now to turn our attention to the Recurve women's team gold medal match. It is Mexico leading out the pairing for this gold medal match. They will face Korea in a repeat of the 2017 World Championship final. Two strong teams, but you have to say they're recently crowned Olympic champions of An, Zhang and Kang are a tough unit to beat for Mexico.
Number 1, representing the Republic of Korea, Olympic champion An Sang. Olympic team champion Jang Min-hee. Olympic team champion Kang Tae-young. Shooting on target number 2, the team of Mexico. Olympic silver medalist Ida Roman. Olympian Alejandra Valencia. Olympian Ana Vasquez. Line judge for this match is Katerina Conchalova.
Well, here we go for the Recurve women's team gold medal match. Korea line up with An San, Jang Min-hee and Kang Tae-young. The three of them have just won the Olympic team gold medal in Tokyo. In fact, An San took 3 golds. The first time that has ever happened at a single Olympic Games. She took the mixed team, the team and the individual gold. They go up against Mexico, Alejandra Valencia, Ida Roman and Ana Vasquez, who have Olympic pedigree of their own. Korea versus Mexico. Nikki, can Mexico, well, cause a massive upset here?
It really would be a massive upset. You know, Korea have won 13 of the past 21 World Championships. They've won the Olympic team medal 9 consecutive times. You know, is this team actually beatable? But look at it the other way. Pressure's off Mexico.
And San to get the gold medal underway. 3-time Olympic champion in Tokyo starts with a 9.
The shots are just so simple. Movement all the way through. Good timing.
And an 8.
Very relaxed amongst the 3 Koreans. What we've become used to. Switch over to Mexico, needing a good start.
9 points.
This Mexican team is always, you know, out there to have fun, aren't they? And, you know, we're going to probably see a lot of communication from them, a lot of noise, quite different between these 2 teams.
Delivers a 9.
2 9s for Valencia and Vasquez. And Ida Roman looking in great shape. Looks like she's doing her impression of Rocky Balboa here. I'm just thinking it's a little bit warmer in Cancun.
Ida Roman. Mexico.
Bangs it into the 10 for a 2-point advantage in the halfway stage. You talked about the Mexicans wanting to have fun. Now, we have seen them in the past where they've gone a little bit serious and it's really affected them. They're staying quite relaxed here.
Yeah, they're usually fairly pumped up and loud, so it'd be interesting to see how they deal with this, because nothing from the other side. You know, Korea are normally quite a quiet team. They get on with the job in hand.
dialing in on the centre, but a 53 is very gettable here for the Mexican team. A little bit of communication between them. They're not showing that emotion anymore. So Alejandra Valencia, 3-time Olympian at 26 years old, steps up to the line.
8 points.
Very fast shot out to the left. Hear them talking to each other. Was that a condition error why it went to the left, or a technique error?
And 9.
So a 9 for a man will get Mexico off to the start they want. There it is, the 9 that's needed for a 54 against Korea's 53, and it's 2-0 to Mexico after the first set of this gold medal match. Okay, great start from Mexico. One has to watch out for Korea at all times, but especially when they're feeling slightly wounded.
Yeah, you know, you can never write Korea off, can you? I mean, there was an interesting semi-final actually against France, which went all the way to the tie, 28 apiece, Korea and France, and Korea pipped it closest to the middle. So, you know, they are able to go the whole way and still come out on top.
Could this one be?
Yeah, that was a frightening moment, wasn't it, for Korea? And, if I remember correctly, it was a 10-10-8 for France and a 10-9-9 for Korea in that shoot-off. So even though there were 2 10s for France, the 1 10 that Korea got was closest to the centre.
Yeah, on a tie break, if you tie score, it's just the closest arrow to the middle then. So, yeah, Korea obviously put in a fantastic 10 and took that one through to get them here to the gold medal match.
Fancy some of those Korean supporters are also local residents here in South Dakota. We are pretty dead centre in the United States, east-west, as crow flies, but a little bit higher than centre if you go north-south. Minneapolis, perhaps the biggest metropolis near here. Korea trailing by 2 set points in the recurve women's gold medal match against Mexico, and San to shoot first.
Quick arrow followed by an adjustment of the sight. Just notice that shiny plastic on the chest guard, so you can see the string just touching onto the chest guard, gives a bit of stability for a little bit of a soft touch, but allows that string to get away cleanly.
Jang Min-hee breaking a smile there, joined by Kang and An. 29 out of a possible 30 for Korea. So Valencia up again.
Great response. That's what they need. Dialed in. Quite serious though, aren't they still?
Sounded like they felt that was a good shot.
She was frustrated with it, isn't she? You can see the reaction afterwards.
Eight points. And now Korea has an opportunity.
Well, another shot that Imran is moving her sight. They looked like they were happy with the execution of those shots. So is this something to do with that open field and slightly sheltered shooting line?
It might be they're stood there under the trees, aren't they, with a little bit of protection, and whether there's something different downrange. But I mean, the flags on the targets aren't moving at all. I mean, there are only small little flags up there, but it just looks fairly still. Just tightening up some weights on the front of the long rod. Probably buzzed a little bit. She could feel it. Make sure that that's all tight.
Will that, I mean, obviously that will cause a vibration in the stabiliser and stabiliser, but will that affect the flight of the arrow?
No, it wouldn't affect it. You'd just feel it and you'd hear it. It's just annoying, so you just want it to be sweet as that arrow leaves. Just like hitting a tennis ball or anything, you get that sweet feeling as it leaves the equipment, the racket, the bow. Yeah, you don't want a racket or something going on, a buzz on it.
9 points.
9 leaves the door open here. 55 though is a good score. The fourth arrow of an 8 was one that perhaps they weren't expecting, as Kang making an adjustment to Anne's sight there.
Obviously she felt she knew where it needed to be.
Well, anything less than a 10 now and Korea will be level with Mexico. In some ways the pressure is off here. You know, at 70 metres. Yes, we expect these guys to hit the 10 more often than not. Vasquez has indeed hit it. Will Roman feel the pressure? Will Roman know that a 10 is what's required here?
I think as an archer you always feel like you need a 10, you know, but you just got to execute that best shot you can. Stay in the present, stay with this shot, shoot the best you can.
We'll take a 9. It's 9.
It's gone into the 9 for a 54. Smiles on the faces of the Mexicans, but perhaps not the ones that we saw at the end of the first set, because Brazil have managed to draw a level. Well, good to see the Mexicans remaining relaxed, and even the youngster on the team there, Ana Vasquez, being playful with her communication with her teammates. Are we starting to see the upward curve for Korea, though, on the serious side of the shooting line?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, should be all squared here to a piece, so it's all to play for. You know, Mexico got to stay in this, keep happy. You want to see a bit more of their normal energy. They're quite quiet still, aren't they? And you know, they've got a lot more to bring. So, yeah, it's still an interesting match to see what happens.
We take a look back at some of the bespoke equipment. In this case, it's for Kang Chae-young. Solid as rock, even in slow motion. You can't see any movement from Kang Chae-young. Part of the team that won this competition in 2019. Now we get a view of the 3 Mexican team: Valencia, Vasquez, and there is Ida Roman, the 2012 individual Olympic silver medalist, still in the game, in fact looking in great shape at the moment. Well, fist bumps all around for the Korean team. It will be An San to step up and begin set number 3 of this gold medal match against the Mexicans.
And San displaying what I'd call just lovely timings, just coming in to anchor, you know, a second or two and the arrow's gone. So real consistency on how long that shot takes every time.
And 8.
Second time that Jamie has dropped her team into the 8 after her 2 teammates have gone out and shot higher scores. Leaves the door open for Valencia and co, and Valencia starts with a 10 of her own.
Bit of a longer hole, but looks like it might just touch the line. I bet that one will be starred. It is. think that may well be in.
Right, only just climbing high and to the left, and as you can see, Ida Roman not at all happy with that. Still in touching distance though, and that 9 for Mexico could play a big part if it gets marked up.
Outside the 10 ring gives Mexico more daylight. And an 8. Now, opportunity for Mexico.
So, the opportunity remains for the Mexican team. That's 2 8s from Zhang Minhee. So Valencia back up again to the shooting line. Oh, she's drifted out into the 7 by the looks of things.
Yeah, same direction. I do wonder whether there's something, you know, like you said about the conditions being different at the other end of the range. 70 metres they're shooting over. They're getting a little bit of drift down the bottom there. See a little bit of shaking through the arm guard straps there. I'm sure they're under a lot of pressure. You know, they want to win. You want to beat these Koreans.
Yeah, and it's often about not only the opportunity coming to you, but taking it. And here, it seems to me the Mexicans just haven't reacted and responded to everything going left until right now, when Ida Roman shows you that you can bang it into the 10. But Korea will take the points in the 3rd set and go 4-2 up. Doesn't matter what happens to that measure, it won't be enough for Mexico, and they need to find a way back into this match very quickly. Korea leading 4-2. Now, Nikki, it seemed, I think we're getting a look at a measure that is only important for the score in the set. They still would have lost the 2 points, Mexico. As the Koreans have dialed in on the centre and looked more and more focused and more ready to stand on the top step, it looks like it's been a little bit too relaxed in terms of the response from the Mexicans.
Yeah, they've just drifted, haven't they? Slightly high, slightly left, and not reacted quick enough. Again, you know, they just seem a little bit flat. They're enjoying themselves and smiling, but they're not the usual kind of energy that they bring to these matches. So, yeah, just sort of slow to react.
Do you think there's any kind of element of we're all fighting for second place here against the Koreans? And this is no disrespect to any of the other teams. It's showing a huge amount of respect for what has been the outstanding team for, what, 2 decades? Yeah,
but I think that, you know, you've got to look at the other side of the coin. There's no pressure. You're not expected to beat Korea. So go out there, have fun, do your best, see what happens. So, you know, I think that takes the pressure off a lot. And if a team can think like that, you know, the Koreans are beatable. The women's team particularly are probably the best. But, you know, go out there and try.
Well, they've got one more set to do that. Korea looking extremely strong and extremely relaxed. They look businesslike, whereas Mexico perhaps have been a little too relaxed even by their standards. They will shoot first, the Mexicans, in set number 4, trailing by 4 set points to 2. It's over to Alejandra Valencia.
Obviously made some adjustments, but maybe too much. All going off to the right now.
Well, Roman corrected the left-right, but didn't quite get the up-down correct. So back over to Korea. Can they take advantage of the 3 points dropped in the first half by Mexico?
There was just a shot of those feather flags down the left-hand side of the field there in between, and they were starting to move a bit to the left, but that didn't affect Ansan, did it? Straight in the X.
Yeah, I think it's just a response, isn't it? They've just responded better.
Yeah, yeah. You've got to look at, what's around you and react to it.
If you're in a team where you need your other teammates to carry you, the Korean team is the one to be in, isn't it?
It's not bad, not bad. And Sam just talking her through the execution, the release there, where hand coming through past their neck. So her teammates are certainly there for her. Right, Mexico really got to get some tens. Recurve usually a gold is enough, but they've got to get some tens here.
There's one.
Final regulation arrow for Mexico coming up now.
Vas a levantar con 10. Buena forma. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time running out there a little bit for the Mexicans, but Ina Moran bangs it into the 10 for a 56. So the Olympic champions recently crowned in the capital of Japan, Tokyo, after the delayed Olympic Games, now have 3 arrows to add the world title to their Olympic title, and there is an 8. Wow. So no room really for error here from the Koreans. All they have to do is match the 56, so they can afford to drop 1 point here. Kang Chae-young up for the penultimate arrow for Korea, puts it in to the 10 and leaves some breathing room for Jang Min-hee. But I tell you what, my heart's beating here. She's dropped points in this set already, and she gets the 9 that she needs for Korea to take the gold medal. They draw level on points in the set, but that means they share the points and get the required single point to take the World Championship title.
It's coming down to a single arrow and a single millimeter.
Well, they are going to have a quick look here at the 3rd arrow from Korea. Nikki?
Yeah, they're all looking a bit concerned, but you can see from the agent for Korea down there, he's pretty confident that, that arrow's safely in and that they've got this.
He did have a couple of looks there, though. He did have a couple of quick looks there, the Mexican. He wasn't entirely sure that that was in, but like you say, the Korean agent looking. Well, that was the Mexican score, confirmed. Olympic champions waiting to be crowned world champions. We look down the range, tension just built up a little bit here. And there you go, confirmation that the recently crowned Olympic champions have added the world crown to that Olympic crown. And it's Ansan, Jang Min-hee and Kang Chae-young who've taken the Recurve women's gold medal here in Yankton. Well, a little bit of drama there at the end from the target judge to just stretch things out a little bit, but I think these 3 knew that they'd got it from the moment they fired out the third arrow.
Yeah, I mean it was a close match, to be fair. Like if there was 1 point difference there, we would have forced the shoot off and gone into another shoot off, and they just scraped through, beating France in the semi. So that was a great match. Well done to Mexico, good shooting, but our world champions Korea.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether Korea, I think, take a look back on that. You know, if they had a chance to replay the second and third sets in particular, whether perhaps they would have reacted, if they'd reacted a little bit more. It's easy to say it in hindsight, of course, but it was close enough that had they reacted and responded quicker in the second and third sets, they might well have taken it.
Yeah, and you know, this is mentality. You've got to be open to these other teams being able to beat Korea. It's possible, but you know, Korea are quite a force.
Well, there we see Kang in the middle, and on the right, and Zhang on the left, and a 3-time Olympic champion from Tokyo. Not without controversy.